Hello YouTube and fellow DC Comic fans. I'm Kelly One Shot, and this is the Post Crisis Podcast. And today, we're going to talk about Batman number 74, written by Tom King, with artwork by Mikhail Yannin. Okay, so we're continuing this story where we left off, with Bruce Wayne and Thomas Wayne, both as their respective Batman forms, in the desert, on a horse, with no name. They're dragging a coffin behind them that has the body of Martha Wayne, because Thomas wants Bruce to stop being Batman. He wants to offer Bruce a family, and he wants to resurrect Martha in this secret Lazarus pit that Ra's al Ghul has in the middle of the desert. So they're making their way through the desert, and they keep getting attacked by these ninjas who are working for Ra's al Ghul, and the two Batmen just keep easily working and knocking down these ninjas in the sand and making light work of them. And Bruce is seemingly like a captive of Thomas here, and yet he's not tied up. He has his shirt off, he's walking through the desert with him, and he's seemingly cooperating and fighting alongside his father. And ultimately, I think that he's trying to gain more information about why Thomas is here and why he's doing it. And that's ultimately because Thomas wanted to help Bane break Bruce, so Bruce would stop being Batman and then he could live his life and have his family and stuff like that. The two talk through the desert, and they make their way through. They grab a body to bring with them, and you don't really find out why right away. But as they keep walking through the desert, the two of them talking, and they're going on, and they are talking about their relationship that they had. They're talking about this book that Bruce used to listen to when he was a kid, or have Thomas read to him when he was a kid, rather, and it was about this pit that these animals got trapped in, and the animals would eat each other, and at the end, there was one animal left, and you never found out who got out of the pit. And they keep talking about this story. We then find out that Thomas knew about this secret pit because on his world, the demon Ra's al Ghul walked into this pit and sacrificed his life for his daughter's life. And we found out that Thomas on his world killed Talia al Ghul, and so Raz sacrificed himself to bring back Talia. That's not really very Ra's al Ghul. Like, he's very selfish. He might bring back his daughter, but he's not going to sacrifice himself. Either way, that's what happens here. So we do find out that's why they brought the body with them, is so that they can sacrifice that body to bring Martha Wayne back. They kind of make their way into this big pit. They're talking about how Martha died. Thomas doesn't want to talk about it, but he's just saying that he wants to be a family again, and that he's talking about how when Bruce was a boy, he was weak. He keeps talking about this book over and over again, and he doesn't understand why Bruce liked it so much, and that he felt it gave Bruce nightmares and horrors. But Bruce's mother said that she had eternal faith in Bruce, that no matter, he could see through the nightmares and still find the hope in the book. And that's what she thought. And Bruce, as they're making their way down, he apologizes for the book to Thomas, and he's saying why he liked the book to Thomas, and Thomas is saying that he's sorry that he never was a real father, and he never forced Bruce to let go of these things and to move past them. And then he actually calls Bruce an addict, and he says that you're addicted to being Batman, and he said that he spoiled you when I was a boy, and I can't let you keep your terrors, but since the death of your mother, I have learned to put away sympathy and love, to be practical. And he says that you needed to be low, you needed to be broken, and now, after Bane, after the nightmares, after Catwoman, I can show you a way out, and can give you love and sympathy, and give you what you lost, and give you what you deserve, and that's a family. And he says, I know our death started you here on this path, but with our resurrection, together, your mother and I, we can give you a life without a cape. Bruce then says, Father, the reason I like the book, the reason I cried for it, for you to read it over and over again, is because of the horrors, because no one escapes. But every time you read it, he childishly and ideologically thought that it might change, that if eventually Thomas was reading this book about these animals in this pit, that eventually there would be a different ending. So Bruce is saying that even though he knew it was impossible, that he couldn't give up hope, and he kind of thought that this book would change, and that was kind of like It's a little metaphor thing going on. And after this happens, Bruce just punches Thomas, and the two Batmen start fighting, throwing blows back and forth, and they have this little song going on, or maybe it's actually not the song, but it's the book itself, where they talk about the animals killing each other, and there being one last, and you don't find out who made it out of the pit alive. The two of them just kind of fight back and forth, and eventually Thomas is thrown into the casket, and a bunch of rocks come out. And Thomas realizes, he's like, yo, what happened? What's going on? And Bruce says that while you were sleeping, I buried her in the desert, somewhere you'll never find her. He's like, you can't bring her back now. He goes, I know you wanted what was best, but I thought that at least here, in the hole, I could hurt you enough that we both never get out. And the two of them just trade blows. They knock each other out. Thomas says that he's broken, and Bruce is like, yo, I seen you in the alleyway. You know what I mean? That was the moment that I learned one truth, that there is only one truth, and it will not be denied. That my mother is dead, my father is dead, and I'm still here. Then we see the top of the hole, and we see the horses just kind of sitting out there waiting for the Batman to return. And in the last page, we just see one arm as a cliffhanger. So one of them made it out for sure, and we don't know who it is. And next begins the City of Bane in Batman number 75. There's only 11 issues left, counting Batman number 75. That's crazy. And the Tom King Batman run, which is coming to an end, but it's being extended in the Batman and Catwoman series, where they're going to be doing something with the Phantasm. So big looking forward to that. Quick review of this. Pretty good. Mikhail Yanin's art's awesome. The book itself was kind of meh. The story, you can pace through it super quick, but I had a good time either way. I'm Kelly One Shot. Take care, have a great day, and goodbye.